Hi, David. Congratulations on the win. What's the overwhelming emotion after that? Is it elation getting the 3 points, put you back in the top four? Is it relief that you managed to hold on?
Yeah, a bit of both. I think I'm disappointed with the way we finished the game in the last 20, 30 minutes. I thought for 60 minutes or so, 50, 60 minutes, we played really well. 3-0 up and maybe could have been 4-0 up. So a little bit disappointed with that. But, we've got to get out of the habit of going 3-0 up and conceding goals after that. I don't want that. And I've made the players well aware of it.
I was going to ask you about that next. How much of a concern is that in terms of that game management, seeing the game out when you are in such a comfortable position?
Mm-hmm. That's really important. We can't. The first time when it happened against Arsenal, it was a surprise, and then last week when it happened, and now today again. So we've got to do something about it. We're a little bit short on personnel for altering things or doing things different. But if you give me 3-2 before the game against a team who's third in the league and going for the Champions League and in the semi-final of the FA Cup, I would have snapped your hand off.
Can I ask you about Aaron Cresswell? Picked up an injury there. You've already got a couple of guys out already. What was the nature of the injury, and is it going to be one that's going to trouble you?
I've not spoke to the medical team yet about it, but when I get a chance, I'll find out. But obviously, we don't want to lose any of our key players because we've already got one or two out at the moment.
And I know you get asked about him a lot because he's doing so well at the moment. But another couple of goals for Jesse Lingard, the impact that he had. How crucial is he now for the run and keeping you in that top four position?
Yeah, well, he's been crucial before that. He's come in and he's helped the team greatly in the way he's played, and also his attitude around the club. It's lifted us up, and I didn't expect Jesse probably to get so many goals. So I'm really thrilled with the amount of goals he's getting at the moment, and long may it continue.
Thanks a lot, David. Well done again.
Thanks, Roger. Jack Rosser, please.
Hi, David.
Hi, Jack.
First, can I just check on how Mark Noble is and what his injury was, and what did you make of his performance today? Obviously, his 400th Premier League appearance.
He got a bad kick on the elbow, so his elbow's bad. So we'll need to see how he is. And look, Mark's done brilliantly well. He's come into the team and as I said before, I said at the start of the season, I thought Mark would have a big part to play. He's got a huge part to play because he does so many good things for the team. Obviously, we can't hide the fact that we miss Declan and we miss Mickey Antonio, but we have to find other ways of winning. And I've got to say, Mark's, when he's come in, he's done a great job.
Obviously, it puts you within a point of Leicester, that game. How good is it to have the mentality of someone like Mark and Jesse when you're in control of these positions? People like Vladimir and Thomas as well, who've been there before.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I'm looking to. Like Vladimir and Thomas, for example, have played in a winning team most of their career in the Czech Republic. Jesse's played for Manchester United and for many years has always been challenged up near the top of the league. So I'm hoping the experience these boys have got will help us. It's a completely new place for us to be in. But it's a really good place to be in, and we're enjoying it.
Cheers, David.
Cheers.
Jim Conlon, thank you. Cheers, Jack.
Hi, David. Just watching on for the last 20 minutes, I could see your frustration there on the sideline. Your players are sitting back on the edge of the box. You're trying to tell them to push up the field, push up on Leicester. And do you feel that sort of frustration there watching on, that your players were just dropping too deep on the edge of the box?
Yeah, a bit of that, Jim, but also a bit of not retaining possession well enough and not making the right choices when we had the ball. But we dropped away. And from a game when we went 3-0 up, looked quite comfortable, we actually turned it into a really difficult 3-2 win. So we shouldn't have got ourselves in that position, Jim. I'm disappointed we did because it didn't feel as if it was going in that direction. But we gave away a goal, which gave them a little bit of encouragement and encouraged us to play deeper and try and see it out. But I think the memories of the last couple of games, Jim, were we lost 3 goals against Arsenal and then we lost 2 at Wolves from the same position. But look, I'm disappointed with that, but overall I'm thrilled to get the results we've had, especially this week's been big results.
And I suppose, David, lastly, for me, the West Ham supporters and their fanatical supporters as well, they will look at West Ham's remaining fixtures and they will say, oh, West Ham have Chelsea and Everton, 2 teams in the top 10, and the rest of your fixtures are teams below that. below the top 10, probably around 15 to 16 spot. But as you know, every Premier League game is different and every team on their day can beat anyone. So are you a bit cautious about, do you look at a game at a time or do you look at the sort of fixture list?
You've answered the question for me, Jim, the way you put that over there brilliantly well. Yes, we've got teams in the top 4 and we've got teams below. So I see that. But overall, look, Jim, we're into the period now. We take one game at a time. This is new for us, new for this club for a long time, being up there. But it sounds great that people are even considering us that we could be Champions League contenders. And I think that in itself is making the league exciting, and it's a great time for West Ham supporters because we want to try and do it. We want to try and be in European football of some sort. I think if we do that, it would be a great achievement.
Cheers, David.
Cheers, Jim.
Sam Dean, next, please.
Hi, David.
Hi, Sam.
It's hard to quantify things like momentum and belief and all those things we talk about, but it seems like whatever it is, you've got it at the moment. How powerful is that sort of sense of, not destiny, if that's too strong a word, but a feeling that things are happening here?
Yeah, Sam, it's a really good point. We've got momentum. We've got a feeling of, there's a feeling of comfort in how we can play and what we can do in some ways. It might not have been shown in sort of later periods of the games, but I think there's a real belief that we can go and win the games, and we've got players who can do that. I wouldn't say we're taking big risks, but I think we're now in the business. We're saying is, why don't we take a few risks and see what happens? And we may lose a couple of games because of it. But I think that's the way we've been, and we're sort of trying to go for it as much as we can.
Is it important to keep the mindset as thinking how great it is that you are here, rather than thinking we've gone so far, we've got something to lose now? Because you are still in the top 4, and there are only a few games to go. Surely at one point that flips in your head.
Well, I'd love it for the season to finish now, because if it finished now, it would be a great season. Which I've said a few times, I've used it. I think we're having a really good season at the moment, and I don't think you'd say it was a fluke. My bigger concern is that we really can't afford to lose too many more key players through injury, because it will affect your performances as you go along. But I'm hoping that we've got them out. The players who've come in have done great. But the thing you used was that momentum, that sort of togetherness might help drag us through and get us a few results. Even like today, late on, we were able to stick together and see it through.
Thanks, Sam. We'll finish with Tom Barkley. Thanks, Tom.
Hi, David. I just want to say, it looked like just a finish of a supreme.
Well, we're really struggling to hear you, Tom.
That goal, that strike he had. Really? Can you hear me now? No?
It's better now, Tom, I think. If you start your question again. Thanks, Tom.
Okay, sorry, David. Just goal, did that sum up where his confidence is at right now? Because to even try it shows supreme confidence from a player.
Jesse's getting the goals, and it's a bit like we were talking about in the mood, in the moment. Jesse at the moment is in a really good place and in a good position to score. He's trying to score. We want him to score, and at the moment, without us having Mickey Antonio today, we needed somebody to stand up and get us the goals. But I've got to say, both him and Jared done a great job, and the jobs they've done. But I think Jesse's confidence at the moment has been so good that he's helping the team. He's taking us along, and we hope that he's enjoying it as well.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.